Hello folks, how do you do? Monochrome Ruins here, and I don't know about you guys, but I for one am an extremely avid dreamer. I tend to remember almost all of my dreams. I know that I dream multiple times during a night, and they're just super eventful, have all sorts of different people and places and events going on, and yeah, I tend to remember a ton of my dreams. And recently, I had a dream in which part of it kind of alluded back to one that I had as a kid. And I know you're probably thinking, how do you remember a dream you had as a child? Well, you see, there were two dreams in particular that I remember as being recurring dreams when I was a kid. I don't know why I had them or what brought them on, but they always popped up at one point or another. So today, I thought I would share with you two of my super recurring weird dreams as a kid. So be warned, these are mega weird, like super weird. But I thought maybe you guys could somehow relate, or maybe you'd have some insight as to what the dream gods were trying to tell me. I don't know, but let's jump into it. So, the first recurring dream that I had was one in which I'd be in this big, nice, pearly white palace, basically every kid's dream. If you thought about fantasy and royalty, that's the type of palace I'm talking about. Everything was sparkly and sunshine all over the place, and there were clouds all over, and it was gorgeous. And for some reason, no matter where I would wander in this palace, or who I would talk to, or what the dream would be about, the dream would always end with me meeting up with this friend I had. And this friend happened to be a life-size, and by life-size I don't mean like normal to what we're used to life-size. I mean like the size of a person, life-size, red toothbrush. I don't know why. I feel like I had this book that was based on this when I was growing up, and that's where it's coming from, but I have searched everywhere online and I cannot find this book. So if you remember a book that I believe was shaped like a tooth and had a red toothbrush on it and they were all like buddy-buddy arms around each other, please let me know because I can't find it and it's killing me. But anyways, back to the dream. I would end up talking with the toothbrush and we'd be walking out towards like the palace gates to leave and just walk off into the sun, I guess. And the whole time I'd be telling him that, it's okay, you'll find some teeth to clean eventually. You'll realize your purpose in life. Just stupid stuff like that. But any time that I had some sort of palace type of thing show up in my dream, that is how it always ended, was me talking to a toothbrush. And this had to have gone on for at least a year, because I can still, see it in my mind's eye. I can picture everything, even though I know I'm doing a garbage job explaining it. But I am not an artist. So the second reoccurring dream that I had was one that actually came with all the nightmares I had as a kid. So basically it wouldn't matter what the beginning of the dream was. What would happen at the end is if I was trying to run away from whatever scary thing was happening, whatever the situation was, I would always end up running either around the corner if I was outside or outside of a room, and I would end up out on my street in the house that I grew up in. And I would go running down the street, and all of a sudden I would be face to face with these just big, nasty killer pigs. If you remember what the pigs looked like in the newer Amnesia game that came out, it was kind of like that, actually. And then they would chase me right back to where I was on the street, and then I would try to go the other way down the street, and I would run into this whole army of drummer boys, little toy soldiers that were drummers. I don't know why, I don't know where this came from, but it would end with me running back into my house. The two different enemies there, the soldiers and the pigs, would wind up in my driveway, and that's where I would wake up. And it was a super weird sort of dream, I don't know, but it tended to follow all of the scary dreams that I had as a kid. You guys, that is all I have to talk about with dreams today. I know you probably think that my brain is just a crazy place and I'm probably an insane person, and you might be right, I don't know. But either way, don't judge me too hard, and if you have any stories that are kind of similar, or if you know what any of these little facets mean in these dreams, please let me know. I would love to know. I know that there's all sorts of studies as to why you dream about teeth, but anything else, I don't know why I thought about it. So anyways, you guys, I am going to go ahead and wrap up this episode and bid you all farewell. Thank you kindly for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side. Laters.